The man who we saw rappel from a helicopter into the rushing waters of Niagara Falls is aviation survival technician second class Darian Duryea, who along with his team made the 1-hour flight from Coast Guard Station Detroit.
Once we got on scene, there was obviously the snow was still blowing, and our biggest concern was the car's position. Was the car going to move? What were we going to do if I was down there and the car started to move? I was able to open the passenger side door and put myself in between the door frame and the actual car door against the current.
From there, he was able to recover the body of a woman who had already been in the frigid waters for 2 hours and was deceased. He tells us he's glad he could bring at least some closure to the family by recovering her body. Park police believe she drove into the water intentionally more than 1,000 feet upstream near the vehicle bridge to Goat Island. Park police tell us that tire tracks in the snow here yesterday indicate that the driver drove down this walking path, but then apparently backed up and drove through one of the only openings in the barriers to the upper rapids. Overnight, the car flipped and floated another 100 feet closer to the brink. The Niagara Falls State Park operation team is still trying to finalize plans to remove it. Duryea has been with the Coast Guard for 10 years. 4 years ago, he helped lift 5 boaters to safety, 70 miles off the coast of Florida. But yesterday was a mission all its own.
I can't give enough credit to my crew. They did everything right. It's not all about me. It's also about our pilots and our flight mechanic, and they are just as much part of the crew as I am.
George Rickard, News 4.
This was a very unique case for us. It's not every day that a car is a couple 20 yards away from the cliff of Niagara Falls.
Aviation survival technician Darian Duryea was the one hanging from a helicopter Wednesday to retrieve the body of a woman from a car lodged in the rocks near the brink of Niagara Falls.
I kind of blocked everything else out that was going on, and I was directly focused on getting her out of that vehicle any way that I could.
Duryea says he's glad he could bring some closure to the family of the woman, who Park police believe intentionally drove into the water near the road to Goat Island. The woman drove off of the roadway, across this grass and across the walkway, into that opening, into the upper rapids. Then it floated another 1,000 feet before coming to rest. Overnight, the car flipped and floated about 100 feet closer to the brink. The park operations team is still planning how and when to try to remove it.
They're going to weigh all the different options available to them. We've had all kinds of places reach out to us offering their assistance. We referred them to operations, and they're going to make that decision.
Duryea is 28 years old, and over his 10 years with the Coast Guard, he also once lifted 5 boaters to safety off the coast of Florida. But this was a colder, swift water mission.
We were actually getting the mist from the falls onto our aircraft, and that was actually causing us to ice over. And on this aircraft behind me, we don't have any anti-ice capabilities or de-ice capability. So that is a big factor for us when we're doing a rescue like that.
George Rickard, News 4.